Subutai has landed into the simulator, and we're going to test out how he does. So if you're not familiar with the simulator, this is made by Specco. Specco perfected this simulator with the new release, with the 2.0 Murder Ball Simulator. And to get access to it, you have to join the Discord and pay at least $1 per month on the Patreon. And in return, you will get access to all of the simulators, such as the Murder Ball Simulator and the Crystal Tech Simulator. So big shout out to Specco and his work. And with that said, let's begin. So we know Subutai is a combo commander, so let's begin with the combo commander pairings. So obviously the only real pairing you can do is Arthur with Subutai if you want the true combo pairing. So let's see how he does against the meta garrison. So as you can see, this is the overlay. On the left side we got the infantry garrison. We're gonna do it mixed troops as well. And as you can see that in the top left it's civilization. We got the buffs for the token, VIP 19 because only the real Wales garrison and rally. And I added the iconic tiers, just some extra stats, but you can do without it if you want. Plus you can add in multiple bonuses, but for clarification and simpleness, I just stuck with this. So these are the talent builds, and we can choose a couple. We can do like this. And here we got the auto equip. We're going to be staying with the same accessories throughout. And here we got the inscriptions. We got arch, wedge, hollow square, circle, delta, and V formation. But Gorgo Hera is mostly using arch, so we're going to do all 4 special inscriptions. And we're going to see how he does against the full combo rally combination. So everything set up. So we can do a couple trees, but we can play around with it. Let's try this one. So we got the iconics. Arabia is fine for probably the best for rallying. Defense, VIP 19. Now for the inscriptions, we're gonna do Delta with all 4. Let's see. So this is in Season of Conquest. This is very important. You need to toggle this on. This is to the death, so without reinforcements. Also important to note. And with that said, I think we're ready to see in action how he does. Okay, everything looks in order. Let's begin. So you can see the interface. You can watch the stats. But if you're impatient like me, you can always just speed it up. And as you can see, Gorgo Hera actually taking a beating. Okay. This is the power of the full delta formation. You can see the difference. Pretty noticeable. Well, let's run it again. I want to be sure. So this is once again full arch versus full delta formation description. You can see it's close once again. But it's gonna lose this time. So not ideal, but that is to be expected because Arthur doesn't really have too many relevant rallying skills. It's mostly for field. So the true iconic combo pairing should probably wait until the next release. But let's try different pairings. We can do Attila primary with Subutai secondary, and let's try Arch first because Arch is more beneficial for both commanders rather than just Delta. This was fine. Let's begin. And Gorgo Hera is losing. We can check the report as well. You can see the trade is just ramping up the longer it goes on. This is pretty convincing. Attila primary enables the secondary, which is the normal damage bonuses, which apply combo. So even with Arch, this looks very good. But let's do one more to see if it remains consistent. And it looks like it will be consistent, especially in the end portion of the trade. Yeah. Taking a bit more beating now, but the troops remaining. Yeah, so this is a combo that can work as an arch. But what if we go and use something else? What if we use full delta formation? All right. You can see the trades are better with the delta formation, like almost 100k more. But let's try that out once again. So the delta formation, obviously with the procs, especially with the butterfly effect, which makes it 20% more chances to activate. So that's insane in itself. And then the difference is clear when you compare it to Arch, my bad. So yeah, this is beyond 100k. So this definitely works. But what about a different garrison? Well, we can try CY Hera with 222 pieces and with a different build, something like this. Now we're going to use Ottoman, and here we're going to use, we can use probably Wedge, but we can try an Arch too. But Wedge seems more fitting. Start. And it's completely decimating CY. This is scary. So Attila is going to be relevant in 2025 in a major way when it comes to the rallying point, it seems, which is insanity. Look at this trade right here. This is not normal. Let's see again if it's consistent. Yeah, this is nuts already. Especially when the troop difference is widening. Yeah, this is just... This is good news for CAB mains, that's for sure. That is crazy. That is crazy. So let's see if Arch does something. Even though it shouldn't, really. But maybe a bit more resistance. Just for science. Yeah, it's probably doing worse. Yeah, this is... Yeah. So who can beat this? Well, let's try one more combo, which helped beat it. We can do the full infantry build too, but we can stay in with this one. So let's stay like the one we had before. So we have Gorgo Wallace with arch formation against Attila Subutai against full delta formation. Begin. As you can see, Gorgo Wallace is doing some work, but it's ramping up again. But it won pretty convincingly. So why does Wallace work? Well, because it's the Smite commander as well. Plus, I think the third skill is just really good in this situation. I think that is the main reason, really. The other ones are also nice stat boosts, but this one doesn't really. This one doesn't even work in the garrison, so kind of insane. Well, let's try it out again. This time, you're gonna lose. Yeah, pretty convincingly. So let's do final. The C. Final round. 3 out of 3. 2 out of 3. It looks like it's gonna win again this time. So 2 times out of 3. Gorgo Wallace actually wins. Interesting. So, what other pairings could we use with Subutai? Well, we could do... We tried with the combo. It didn't work too bad, but I think Attila is the better option. If you want to use Subutai primary, we can use... let's see. No. Actually, let's try something you probably never would have tried, but with the way... Because we don't know how it's gonna work. We're gonna do Takeda primary with the mobility tree. I know, crazy, but if you run Subutai secondary, and let's just use the meta garrison as an example. So we got the Greece on the left, we got Arabia on the right, and we're gonna use full delta. So, pretty good. All right. So Takeda primary shouldn't work in any capacity. But the way it's coded right now is that these debuffs stack from both of these commanders. So it's going to be a lot of normal damage mitigation. Actually not. Normal damage amplification of the damage, which is enhances the combo attacks. As you can see, it's actually winning against a meta garrison. But until we actually get him into the game and properly test how it works, I just think it's funny. It could be better than Attila in the actual trade scenario, but it's obviously not going to be viable. You know, Takeda doesn't provide anti-swarm. Attila does, and it doesn't do enough damage really to be a viable option. But I think it's just funny to see it. And we can try CY Hera too, with the 3 troop types. Ottoman. We use this build. You can debate whether these builds are good or bad, but in any case, it's just fun to see. So we got Wedge. We saw Arch doesn't really work for this. And let's begin. So even against the healing archers, this does so much damage. It's definitely funny, but until we know how it works in game, I'm just gonna keep this just for entertainment purposes. I don't think it's gonna be as it is coded right now, but what if it is? That is the question. What do you do? Do you actually try to get it on the field or on the map? I don't know. Look how the healing is now preventing. So see why healing actually edges out. Just because of the healing. But look at the trade. It's just bonkers. It doesn't make sense. But it's just funky. But what if we talk about an artifact context? What do we do then? Well, I think we could do some variations. Obviously, I think the garrison to be is going to be CY Gorgo. And yeah, this could work. So in this scenario, we could do some stuff like SA, which is a common, probably the most logical option. So we could do something like Greece. This is fine. We could do full delta if we want. Or we can go... Actually, let's try full arch, just to see. Is it gonna be good enough? Okay. The healing now kicks in. So the trades are going to be going the other way around. So will the damage be enough? Probably gonna have to do the other way around actually. So we can use the delta formation properly. But as you can see, yeah. CY Gorgo beats Emiliano Subutai. Let's change the order. Yeah, we can, fine. We can run this build. With the delta formation. Yeah, the difference is quite clear. Yeah, already. But this amount of damage CY can't out sustain because it's too much damage. Yeah, this is definitely a rip for CY. He cannot sustain this consistent damage. As you can see, yeah, this should be the meta artifact combo. Let's run it one more time to see. Yeah, this is completely obliterating this garrison. Completely. Oh, what if we want to run archers? We do Henry. Henry with his active skill. Okay, which one is it? He will counterattack. Yeah, they deal 30% more normal attack damage. Yeah, this is the one. But potentially this could do some work too. So we want to use Arabia. Oh, we've been using mixed all the time. Yo. My bad. Okay, everything works. Let's go. So you could do some funky stuff with Henry too. And let's see how healing can counter this damage. If it can. But it looks like it can. The single target too. Is too much. Yeah, this is another very good combo that you can use in the artifact KVK. And yeah, these are some preliminary testings. And it's definitely been interesting to find out how Attila is going to be relevant in 2025 once again in the rally scene. Just crazy how long he has been relevant for, and he continues to be. But also you can see how we got pairings like Henry in Artifact KVK. But outside of the Artifact KVKs, I think the best you could do is going to be Attila with Subutai secondary. And you want to run the full Delta formation as well. Just the amount of proccing is insane. And I think the longer the rally goes, just trades are going to be so nasty. So if you got some rally leaders in the kingdom who have debates whether to go for Delta, I would think this is a good precursor to go for it, especially if you can get the butterfly effect, which is probably the best thing in special inscriptions you could possibly have on a combo. And yeah, we're gonna test it out in Arc with Cyrus when he goes out. I don't know when, but we're gonna definitely do it as soon as he lands, so we can further test these theories and see how he does. And tomorrow we're gonna have an altar fight. We're gonna be streaming, and if we don't have much fighting, I can launch the simulator and we can do some testing in the stream. I think we did that last time. It was fun, so I'm looking forward to do it again. And if you guys want to stay up to date, consider subscribing. Consider becoming a member on the channel if you want to appreciate my content furthermore. And with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.